Howdy, folks, and welcome to a retro wrestling video that's not really retro, and I'll be having these occasionally. I don't really want to talk a whole lot because my voice is gone. I can't talk for long periods of time, but I didn't want to do a draft prediction video because it's always fun to do, and I'm a big fan of making predictions on various things, and sometimes I'm entirely wrong, but I think in everything that I've predicted in the past, even if it hasn't become true, it would have been I think it would have been a decent concept, my predictions. Anyway, I want to go through and tell you guys who I think. And I got if you go on the Draft 2011 WWE site, it has the entire roster from A to Z. So I'm just going to give you some main picks on here. I don't know how many people are going where tomorrow, but the first one that pops up on the Raw side, I guess I'll go through Raw first. I think you've got to move Daniel Bryan over to Smackdown. He just doesn't have a whole lot to do on Raw. Raw is the big show, and he's more of a lightweight, you know, for WWE standards, and he should be on there wrestling with fucking Rey Mysterio and guys like that. Another one, I would move Evan Bourne over there. I think it's time to move a lot of the light heavyweight guys who you're not going to do anything with on Raw to SmackDown, and if not, you know, they're not going to bring the cruiserweight division back, but at least those guys that can be a thing, that could be a good concept for SmackDown, to have these great matches with some of these lightweight guys. So I would move Daniel Bryan and Evan Bourne both over there. You know, I think it's a good idea if they would move John Cena to SmackDown. I don't see that happening, but SmackDown is in dire need of a big babyface, but John Cena, I don't see him going over there. I believe Mark Henry will be another one that they'll just move. I mean, it's not going to be that big of a deal, but he's a guy that just sucks, and he's always employed for some reason, and they're just going to move him from Raw because they're not using him on Raw. I do believe something will happen with the announcers. I don't know if Michael Cole will move to SmackDown primarily, although he's on both shows, so I don't know how that works. Or, you know, if Lawler moves to SmackDown, and you know, the whole thing with JR2 is a little strange. I don't know, but something's going to happen with the announcers, I think. Scrolling down a little bit more, Mr. McMahon getting drafted. I don't think that would work. The big pick that I'm pretty positive SmackDown is going to get will be Randy Orton. The guy doesn't have anything else to do on Raw. He's feuded with everyone on Raw. I think you have to move him over to SmackDown. He has to be the guy that's there. And another one that I see right here is Sin Cara. Just way too many mistakes that he's made on live TV. And I think with SmackDown, where you can go back and edit some of this stuff out that he messes up on, that he'll work better there, and he'll be there with the cruiserweight division, even though there's not a cruiserweight belt. Some other ones, scroll through here. Poor Zack Ryder, I think that he's one of them that's probably going to get released soon, unfortunately. I see Ted DiBiase. He's one of those guys that could stay or go. I don't think it really matters that much. They need to really repackage him some way. The Miz, okay, I want to make a bold prediction here. This is one of the drafts where the champions will be switched. I see The Miz going over to Smackdown, and more than likely Alberto Del Rio, we're starting right here, will be moved over to Raw. He will be the Raw champion, because I can see, that opens up a couple possibilities with John Cena and Alberto Del Rio. I think would be a good feud for the summer, to last into the fall, and that would be something different for sure. Alberto Del Rio is a guy that they definitely want to use, and don't waste their time with this guy, because this guy's already almost 40 years old. So they don't have a lot of time with him. Now, other people going over to Raw from SmackDown, I almost can guarantee you. Now, I don't like giving out guarantees, because that puts my wrestling prediction legacy on the line a little bit. Cody Rhodes, the former dashing Cody Rhodes, will go over to Raw. For some reason, I just picture that. I just see that for sure happening. I can also see Drew McIntyre heading over to Raw, because he's one of those guys that I think deep down the office knows that this guy has what it takes to become a possible main event guy at some point. He just hasn't been given that opportunity yet, I don't think. Some other guys, I can maybe see Jack Swagger moving over there. Wow, man, SmackDown's roster sucks ass. Tony Chimmel. Let's move Tony Chimmel over there. Wade Barrett, I think that he fits in more on Raw, and they're sort of doing the feud now with the core. I can see that sort of culminating at there's a pay-per-view coming up in a week or so, and I see him moving over there. But it looks like this draft is more likely, like, I can't really see a whole lot of other people. I don't think they're going to, Christian's like their babyface. They're not going to get rid of him. Now, Booker T might be the announcer that moves over. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Kane could possibly move over back to Raw. I don't think he's one of those guys that really doesn't fucking matter, I don't know, maybe Layla, Michelle McCool, one of those two will move to, or maybe both will move to Raw. They're doing a little feud right now. Tyler Rex, let's hope he stays on SmackDown. Undertaker is not there long enough to really even discuss. But yeah, I mean, that's a couple. Like, I think that this draft is mainly for SmackDown, because they lost Edge and they lost a lot, like Batista and Jericho, and the SmackDown has lost a lot. They don't have their roster is really, really poor right now. But on the Raw side, like I said, I can see The Miz, Randy Orton going over there. Something with the announcers, I don't know exactly what. I think you should put Mark Henry over there. Yeah, I think there's a lot of bigger folks going over to SmackDown, and Raw is going to get a couple of decent people to make the show a little bit more interesting. But that is it, folks. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'm clenching my throat right now because I can, of course, you can tell I can hardly talk. But that's my predictions, and I'm going to have fun watching the show tomorrow night. So I'll be back shortly. I actually have a pretty cool little video that I wanted to do on another WrestleMania, that something that I found that I thought was really sweet, and I'll showcase it for you guys at some point. maybe a week or two my voice gets a little bit better. But as always, rate, comment, and subscribe on these things.